And hello, my beautiful people. Nakina neorapetsoa. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the third episode of The Nation's Perspective. As you guys can see, we are in this beautiful place, and if you're wondering where we are at Peachy, a restaurant and bar at 44 Stanley, which is filled with good vibes, good people, good food, and good drinks all around. So today, guys, hey, I have got my long time body. You understand? Today we have got content creator, YouTuber, producer, industrial engineering graduate. We've got my longtime friend, my amazing friend. We've got Mr. Tatara.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Cherry.
How you doing? I'm never. I don't know. The intro was nice. Like,
Thank you. Get professional.
No, man. We can tell you're a graduate.
You understand? But how are you, my friend?
I'm good, bro. The year started nice and well, so just pushing, working.
Oh, you're always pushing, working. Yeah. But you're doing so well.
Thank you so much.
How was 2022 for you?
2022 was slow.
Really?
It was very slow. I think COVID actually hit me too in a way, but it was slow. But it was fun, man. I was trying new things. I didn't produce as many shows as I wanted to, but I was having fun.
And you produced quite some amazing shows. I mean, you produced was Living from Jolo last year?
No, it wasn't even last year.
Really?
Last year I had no show. Oh, last year was on YouTube then.
Last year was on YouTube. No, you did amazing though. It didn't even look like you were
stagnant.
Yeah, it didn't look like you were stagnant at all.
I think I was pushing out the podcast more than anything.
And you're doing well with that. How's that going?
It's going good. Every Monday, Voluminous Mic. Every Thursday, Seated. I'm just trying to give my audience something.
Something to work with.
Something consistent. I'm not throwing vlogs here and there. Travel stuff here and there.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, so on this channel, we've got a segment called #Cancelled. And in this segment, we basically find out what my beautiful guests' controversial opinions might be that could get them #cancelled or maybe not. So, Mr. Tataram, what is your unpopular or controversial opinion that, listen, don't forget that we have to focus on the PR, public relations, but that could get you #cancelled?
Yo, something that I believe in that can get me cancelled.
Yeah.
Still
keeping the brand intact.
No, shame. It's not that. I've never believed in people always. It doesn't come out.
Hey, be careful about the way.
I mean, like mourning on social media. Something I've never really understood.
Okay.
Like when someone passes away and it's like, yo, I just lost my friend. It's like, I feel like that's something I've never really understood.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that the whole thing of people posting the heartbreaks before the news are out, or are you saying like somebody going on and just like going on about, oh my god, I can't believe I just lost this person, oh my god, I miss them so much, like all those posts?
Yeah, I think let me be more specific. It's more when people weren't actually close to a person, but then when it comes to social media, they want to showcase the little interaction they have with the person. Okay. So that's, for me, I've never understood this.
Okay,
yeah, obviously, when it's like you've lost a family, a close member, tweet about it, it's okay.
So you feel like people sort of want to ride onto the wave?
On death. I feel people ride on death.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, you know what? I can respect that.
Will I get cancelled?
Will he get cancelled, guys? Will he get cancelled? But I can respect that one. I think in relation to that also, there's the whole thing of people posting heartbreak emojis before the news are out.
Yeah, it's also quite insensitive.
There's two sides of that.
I know people are saying, we knew before you guys.
Yeah, I knew before you did. Okay, no, I understand that. I can respect that. But on that whole topic of people posting and social media and whatever else, you're somebody who's been on social media for some time.
Yeah, many years.
You have been doing this thing for many years. Yeah. You've gone from Mr. YouTube trying to do your thing to Mr. 100K, Malume 100K, to Malume YouTube Black, to Mr. Producer. Okay, you're doing it all to me. And as somebody who has really transitioned from a time of YouTube where we entered, you actually came to YouTube after me.
Yeah,
That's crazy. A year after me, but a time of YouTube where there weren't really many people trying to push YouTube like we were at the time. There weren't many black young people, especially, that were doing YouTube. And a time where YouTube was not really a thing. Yeah. And now we've gone into an era where YouTube is a thing.
Some people's full-time jobs.
Exactly. Some people's full-time jobs. Some people are, taking over. Some people are doing the most. how was that transition from you from having to mix the old with the new? Because I'd like to believe that we're the old.
Yeah, we're the old.
And we're the old. And there's the new. So there's a very big challenge with a lot of people who used to be YouTubers with getting into this new YouTube era. Because, how's that been for you, transitioning into still being relative but not losing your authenticity as a creator?
Yeah, Shem, I think because with the old, we've got the certain style of like recording. I've always been interested in how the new are doing. So if you like check out like 2 years ago when you got the Zilewees, Strategies, Argents, Spammy King Almost, I wasn't shy to like go and see what they're doing. It was controversial. So I was going to go see what they're doing, trying to understand them, trying to learn, trying to understand what gives them so much work ethic. Because the new kids have so much drive. So the drive we had in our first couple of months.
The good days.
So for me, it's like I always try to surround myself around them so I can be inspired by them, so I can always, ignite that work ethic. But I think it's beautiful. I love the fact that YouTube's becoming such a well-known, established platform and well-known, established source of income and job, because now we can actually just create content. Like, for me, I think our jobs are so cool. Like, I have an idea, I do it tomorrow.
Literally,
So this might be cool. I go to Limpopo Sunday. Like, I'm going to go to Cape Town and go the next week. As long as it's alongside content.
You got the guap.
Yeah, no, we've been
working hard. But then with that, you mentioned that a lot of the new YouTubers have very controversial content. And I know for me, like I've always told you, the one thing that I've always struggled with is I don't want to lose my brand and what my brand is while I'm trying to catch up with the new. So how do you then, because you've done it really well, I think out of all of us, you're actually the one who has made the effort to go and reach out to the new YouTubers and find out with them like how they do things, and you've merged me into that, which I'm super grateful for. So how are you able to then keep the authenticity of your brand and remain Katorambedi and remain what your brand is, but still dabble into the controversy of the other YouTubers? Well, the new YouTubers.
I think they're very influenced by like the American culture. That's why they are so raw. But with them, like I think I made it very clear about who I am. I was like, guys, I'm gonna join your guys' space, but I'm Katorambedi. I'm someone that's much older than you guys. I'm someone that should be respected because I don't do the things you guys do as like 19, 18-year-olds. So when they created content that I didn't align with, I wouldn't be a part of it. But when they're creating content that I did align with, I would be a part of it. Within those content and those different episodes, I'd also be myself. I wouldn't try change and I'll be like a screw and like be like, I don't know, swear or use words I never use just to try to fit in with everybody. So I think I've always just been myself and stood my ground no matter what situation I'm in. And then I'd also educate them a lot about like YouTube. So they also see me as like a teacher and like an older brother. So because of that, they respect me as well. They don't like force me to do something.
But then so I see the transitioning and merging with the new YouTubers. How has that been for you, and how has your relationship then become with the older YouTubers? Because now you're with the new, and so you're obviously, I think I speak for both of us when I say the time that we were in YouTube was very easy to get imposter syndrome in that time, because everybody was very like specific. We dealt with a much older and a much more mature group of YouTubers, right? And a lot of them, I think, were very big on the image that they portray and whatever, and a lot of them were more into brand deals. You understand what I'm saying? So how have your relationships then become with not specific people, but just with the old version of what YouTube was and how YouTube was done and all of that stuff?
So I think my first interaction with the new YouTubers was the Cape Town trip, maybe like 2 years ago. When I came back from there, like all my older YouTuber friends were like, bro, why are you doing this?
I remember I asked you, but I was saying with this, I was just like,
what's happening? Like,
what's going on?
I think a lot of people hit me up. I think even Gani hit me up like, bro, what's going on? Even probably like Wasabi, a bunch of people. I was like, guys, I consume the content they consume. So I actually relate more to them than I relate to you guys. They just were never around during my period of YouTube when you guys were mentoring. So I think I explained to them and they like kind of understood. But I won't lie, I've been caught up with people like the old for quite some time. Like ever since I moved to chilling with the new YouTubers, I actually haven't gone back to the old YouTubers. Just due to the fact that the new YouTubers, I relate to them a little bit more with the content.
And I think, I don't know if you agree with me when I say, I feel like people who have been around YouTube a lot more are having a tough time with understanding that time is moving. You need to catch up with the latest trends. You can't, I see a lot of people are trying to go on TikTok now, which is working really well for them. But it's also just that in the content that they produce, I think there's a difference between growing with your content and your audience growing, and also just trying to make content that is still relevant to the times.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the time, I was having a conversation with a YouTuber who's a new YouTuber, and he just said that he feels that he struggles a lot outside of myself, outside of you, outside of certain people. He struggles a lot to create content with certain YouTubers that have been around because they have more better coffee.
Yeah.
They have more, like, my brand is cleaner than yours, I'm better than you, I know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just lying to make content, you're just this, you're just that. But at the same time, it's like, at the end of the day, who's getting the numbers?
Yeah, and it's all about, like, for me, it's like good entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, we're on YouTube to entertain, we're not here to post for many reasons. We get views so people see our content. So it's all about, like, who's entertaining, who's captivating people, who's bringing people to the audience, and that's very important. So the old and the new, you need to understand that and say, okay, cool, maybe I need to just adjust my strategy.
Yeah.
You must change the way I create. Like, you can't be doing the things you're doing 4 years ago now without any change. You know? You have to constantly be innovating. What's going to be left behind? You'll be surprised, like, yo, why am I getting like 800 views when I take 20K? You haven't changed them, my boy. You changed. Yeah, let's.
I think that was something that I had a tough time adjusting to as well. But I think it's just genuinely because, which is a time that we had at the same time where we both fell out of love with YouTube.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I fell out of love. You at least try to stay loyal. I said, no.
Those guys saved me.
Really?
It's also a point where I felt like, yo, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And being in their circle, I was going to resurrect.
That's lovely.
And then, like, it sparked and all the crazy work ethic.
That's lovely. But I think for me, it was just a thing of, I shared so much of my life that I felt like I wanted to take a break from sharing my life. But it was also just that thing of, like, the same way that we talk about mixing the old with the new when it comes to older YouTubers and new YouTubers. There's mixing the old with the new when it comes to yourself as a content creator and yourself with the content that you create, mixing the old content that you used to create with the new content that you have to create, you know. And I don't know, for me, the biggest thing was that I took time off to be like, if I'm going to go back on YouTube, I need to know what my direction is. Do you know what I'm saying? I need to know. Now I have direction. Now I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm doing. And it's become less of a, I'm going to do this because I have to upload a video, but it's become more of a, I'm going to film when I have to.
And that's so important. That's so important. Like, chasing the next upload is the scariest thing, and it's not a nice place to be in.
It's horrible.
It's Tuesday, people need a video. No, they don't.
They don't.
Go strategize for a month and go find yourself.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's like people fall in love with the passion that you have. I always say this thing that people did not fall in love with me, because if they did, I would have been a public favorite from the day I was born. But I think people fall more in love with the passion that I have for what I do.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And the way I'm not apologetic with what I do. And so when I got to a point where I was stuck with my content, I didn't see the need to do it if I'm not passionate about it, because then your subscribers know you, your followers know you. They'll be like, this is not weird, man. You know, and then you make people end up coming up with their own conclusions of what's wrong with you. Like, I'm done today. Break. You know, but I think, honestly speaking, with the whole thing of being in the public eye, right, and transitioning yourself as a YouTuber, and as somebody who didn't really take as long of a gap from YouTube as I did you not ever feel that being a public figure means you don't have privacy?
Yeah. So, like, I think,
He said, yeah.
So with me, it's different because I've always been very vocal about, like, my family members, my girlfriends at the time, my brother, and everything like that. So I was always showcasing my life through YouTube. So I've actually always been very, like, vocal about who I'm dating at the time, friends, family, parents. So in terms of, like, the public, how they perceive me, in the beginning, I didn't really care, because I'm like, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Once you want to take a step back, my boy, that's when it becomes really tricky. Because, like, now, obviously I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I think I speak about it quite often.
Yeah.
And people are like trying to figure out who my girlfriend is, trying to see is it Camo, is it not Camo. And it's like, guys, is it Neo? Is it Kyo? They don't know. And it's like, for me, it's like, guys, that shouldn't even be a topic anymore, man. Like, just let me give you a TikTok with a friend, and it shouldn't matter if I'm dating her or not. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I think it's just one of those things of, when you expose a certain part of your life as a public figure, there's a certain part of your life that you then have to make peace with the fact that you've made the decision that I'm gonna open up that door. So I need to be okay if that door gets opened without my permission.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I thought of by saying that, like, I obviously initiated in the beginning.
Yeah.
But right now I've been trying to, like, pull back, because I don't like the comments on my personal life.
Okay.
Anymore. Like, they were cool in the beginning. It was like, oh my god, people are speaking about me, what's happening? But now it's like, I don't think I actually want to be a conversation like my personal life, my family, who I'm seeing, my brother, like everyone will just enjoy the content.
Yeah, especially because like people as of late, I don't know what's going on, but there's just people have a lot to say with very little information.
Yeah, who gave you guys confidence on Twitter? Like, continue.
People, no, but it's like truly, people have a lot to say with very little information, and it's about realizing that
you know nothing.
You know nothing. And that's also where I get the whole thing of actually I'm not gonna explain myself to you because you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's like there's certain toes that get stepped on. Yeah. That you're like, okay.
Yeah.
You know one bad.
When you get to my pinky toe now, I must be focused. I must quote and then delete my quote and tweets.
But then how has that been for you? I mean, with being in the public eye and with having public relationships, you know, how has that been for you? There was a lot of backlash during our YouTube den about the fact that, you know, you were doing this and affairs and this and that. And people say the craziest thing, and I think as your friend, as somebody who knew like most of everything, I just kept laughing because I was like, can you guys see that you're crazy? Like, you guys are crazy, but there's also that thing of people who also come out with information that think they know. That now are like, this and this and this, and I was there when this happened, and I saw this and this.
Hey, that one, crazy. That's what I hate, but I feel like if someone tweets with confidence, like guys, I'm sure like you can trust me, the rest of the world believes it.
Yeah.
And for me, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's a confidence or proof or anything.
Yeah.
So for me, I think whenever there's like conversations about my personal life that aren't true, I just keep quiet, bro. Because if I interact with it and bring it to life, it's gonna just make it worse. But
then how within your personal life? I mean, now your relationship is not public, but you have made it a public statement that you are in a relationship. How has that then been for you in context to navigating your relationship? And because I know that people always have something to say, and for me personally, the reason that I've always decided to keep my relationship private is because I'm like, I signed up to be the public eye. My partner didn't. Yeah. You know, so it's just that thing of like, how do you still protect what you share with this person while there's all this public attention coming in daily?
True. Yeah, I think, I've never thought about it. Yeah. I think with my subconscious actions, I think the reason why I'm not showing this person as my girlfriend is because I know that we still work on a relationship. Okay. Like we just thought it's only been like a month. Okay. And like us dating, like us being exclusive. So I think for now, I'm gonna just try as much as possible to just nurture the relationship and keep it private between me and her. And then from there, I love creating up content. Maybe in like a year, I'll come back and create some content. If it makes sense, if she wants to be a content creator in the space. But I think in terms of the comments and stuff, I never give people the chance to speak about her specifically. Because you only ever see me. Yeah. And you only ever hear me saying
So I saw somebody on Twitter a while ago, because I haven't been on Twitter forever, but saying that content creators enjoy the tease and the attention that comes with the tease.
I absolutely hate it.
Really?
Yeah, like when
you hate the tease? But you're always teasing.
Teasing?
Yes. Chubby, you're always teasing. Let's be honest.
Let me tell you when I say I hate it, I mean like I hate like when people get angry about it.
Oh, when they're like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, we're tired of this shit.
Yeah, we're tired of this. It's tired now. It's not that deep. When you look at, is it really that deep? It's not that deep.
And like, why do you keep coming back if you're tired? Go away.
True. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like with the tease, sometimes
you, right? You call me out.
You were like, I hate the tease. I said, don't lie, nigga. But I mean, I think it's not even, sometimes it's not even an intentional tease. Yeah. I think sometimes it's just
I think it's fun, you think it's fun.
Yeah, let's do it. But I think as content creators and as people who've decided to make the conscious decision that we're going to put our lives on the public platform, we know the risks that come.
Yeah, we do.
I think the worst thing you could do is post something and then be like, oh, how dare you guys think anything, how dare you guys come with conclusions. At that time you're like posting, I mean, I posted a video the other day with flowers and whatever, and anytime I post anything on my Instagram now, even though that was on TikTok, anything I post anything on my Instagram, there's at least 10 DMs that respond to one story that hints at anything, like, you know, of my love life and whatever else. And sometimes I post it and I'm like, I think I see how this comes across, but it's not meant to come across that way. But at the end of the day,
you should live your life and showcase it. I got flowers, I'm happy.
Exactly. I ain't gonna hide that I got flowers. My man treats me well. Why am I gonna hide that? But at the same time, it's like, then you get to a point where people now feel like you don't really know the direction that you're taking with your brand. I don't know if I'm making sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People are like, what's the direction you're taking with your brand?
Yeah.
Because you claim you don't want to do this, but you still dabble in it.
Yeah.
So is it that you don't want to be in a public relationship?
Yeah.
Or is it that you do, but you just don't want it to be the same relationship?
Yeah.
Is it like, what's the situation? You know what I'm saying?
I think with me, and I understand people's frustration on that. Like, I think my biggest fear is based off of my previous relationship with my ex. It's like, when we were happy, I was treating my ex perfectly fine about the relationship. Before I started in the relationship. Yo, such a nice boyfriend, you're so nice. As soon as something bad happened, I became this like victim and this bad person.
Yeah.
And I was so confused with that. So my biggest fear is like me bringing somebody onto a platform again, and then from there it's like you see it and you enjoy it, something might happen, relationships end. Problems with that.
Yeah, also a young man.
Well, yeah. So I'm scared that like if this thing doesn't work out, I become the bad guy.
But I think
And I was the bad guy.
you were the bad guy.
And I did nothing bad, by the way. Once Stefani break up, nothing bad happened. She spoke, I spoke. Nothing bad
But I
happened.
think, you know what, there's a certain level of growth that your brand does that you have to start being okay with being the bad guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, facts.
Do you understand what I'm
That's
saying?
So true.
There's a certain growth that your brand does that people are going to want something to speak about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm very big on turning everything positive. I'm very big on, you know what, I'm going to make the most light of the situation. I'm going to turn the situation and make it a positive thing, because you know what, at the end of the day, y'all going to say what you want to say. You guys going to have your own conclusions. You guys are going to this, you guys are going to that. Whether I do good or bad, you're going to want something to say. But then I feel like, for me, the hate comes when it's other content creators or people that are in your space as well, who are now jumping on this bandwagon of dragging your name.
Yeah, I absolutely hate it.
I hate it because I'm like, oh, this you?
Yeah.
I keep up this energy. Keep it up.
Because you also know me, like I'm very, like I love helping fellow creators.
Yeah.
I like helping you guys education. I love also learning so much. So I like being in the space. So with me, I've been with people who I've literally mentored from a certain level to where they are, and they've also mentored me back.
Yeah.
And they can easily
built
just
a relationship.
They can easily just switch up on me.
But yeah, basically, like, this whole thing of, like, when you get dragged, right? I think the craziest thing for me that I've always experienced is when people who are in the same spaces as people who are in our industry
Even
jump
friends.
on that bandwagon. Even friends.
Like I've got so many friends from like Pretoria, from university.
Yeah.
They get dragged. They're part of the conversation, and I'm like, what? Like how are
you mean
part
like
of this
friends?
Yeah. Like someone who I've had a couple drinks with.
Yeah.
We used to DM each other here and there.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting dragged down, and they're like, yeah, and it's actually.
Or actually, for me, you don't even have to add anything to the conversation. For me, you just slightly putting laughing faces or crying faces.
That's even worse.
Or retweeting it, knowing that you're my mutual.
Like
so you want to put that on my TL, so you want to see me react.
Yeah. That's how I block now, eh?
Yeah.
I block.
I don't even block you. I'm very big on, like, if you're gonna stick up a middle finger, I want you to keep your finger up.
Ooh.
If not, I'll help you keep it up. Like, if you're going to give me that kind of vibe, I'm very good on consistency. I hate flakiness. You know? So, and I feel like that's a very big thing that happens in this industry, is that you don't just deal with flakiness in context to content creators, but you also deal with flakiness in context to your people that you think are your mutuals, or people that you think have your back. Where you've got like flaky people like, hey my boy, how are you?
Hey dog, yo.
Hey dog,
It's been so long. Hey, you're killing it, boy.
You're killing it, boy. We must chill. I actually want to talk to you about something. Don't you?
2 days later, yo, that's facts.
You don't want to talk.
Facts is nothing without her.
You don't want to talk to me
Shows
about
ain't
nothing.
shit.
And the thing is, like, for me, I've also realized that, like, it's so important to realize when you get in a public space, and actually not just in a public space, when you elevate as a person, that you don't owe anybody anything.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
And it's so hard to fight that urge to be like, oh, let me. I feel like now because I'm becoming a bigger story, my brand is growing, I'm becoming more successful. I need to show people that I'm still about the people, I'm still one with the people, I'm still like this and I'm still like that. And then that's honestly the reason that I stayed on Twitter for a long time, because I was like, I feel like if I go off Twitter, my brand's not going to be relatable anymore. Do you understand? Because then I don't converse with
And that's so
people.
important, like being relatable to your audience. Because the things that as you elevate, you eventually start doing like nicer things, fancier things, and we lose dialogue with the audience. You don't need to speak that much, or like be like, yo, I'm going through this, because life is fast and flashy.
Exactly.
And you lose that dialogue.
And now, but the thing is, then there's also the fact that, like, there's so many other things that happen in your life. Like, I know that when I decided to stop YouTube and my acting career starts and whatever, I got a lot of DMs about how please don't become one of those people who becomes big but forgets about the people. Yeah. And I was like,
it's unfair.
It's so unfair to put that expectation on me. I think it's very unfair to put an expectation on
Don't forget what started you.
Don't forget about what
started you.
Do you understand? And the thing is, our industry in general is obsessed with humbling culture. But South Africa,
hey, experts,
they Twitter.
Scary.
They love humbling culture. I mean, Winkley Medicilla looked so beautiful, and she went to the Rock Nation branch.
I saw that.
And I'm not even on Twitter, but I heard that there was like a whole shebang about how basically people are trying to humble her. Yeah, like people, I don't know what it is, but people, I don't know if you've ever experienced that, where people feel the need to have to humble you.
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. No, remind me. Don't forget, I've got a really bad trait. I think it's a good trait as well. I remove the negative.
Yeah, during, I think, a lot of the reality show shenanigans.
How was I being humbled over there?
You weren't. No, Shami, you were being humbled to an extent.
Humbled is like, you're not that good or like...
No, it was just one of those things of like people being like, you feel like you're too good now to be a good friend. You feel like you're too good now to do this. And
people even telling me that like, yo, you see the show's doing good. It's not you, my boy.
Yes, it's not you. You're not the show. You're not even that great. Do you understand what I'm saying? And how do you then take that? I know that you're very big on like, I'm going to remove it out of my way. We're the same in that context. But there's some things that personally you sit with and you're just like, nah, I hear you. How do you take that?
Not nicely. Like I remember, like with the reality show. So the reality show was going to be over 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I think I posted over 7 days because of the anxiety of like episode 2 and episode 1.
Yeah.
Episode 1.
All the episodes.
So because of that, like I fast tracked the whole show. Like it should have been going out every single Thursday, every single Tuesday, went out every single 3 days. So I think it got to me. Like it gets to me.
Yeah.
Like, when things are too much, the anxiety becomes too much. It gets to me. Then I just try to find a way for it to finish. So me fast tracking was like, okay, cool. Let me just get it out there and then it'll be finished.
Yeah.
And people speak for like 3 weeks, then it's done.
Yeah.
So I think even to this day, I'm still trying to figure out ways to like cope with it because, yeah, it's not nice.
How do you say?
Like the anxiety can actually like it can mess you. It feels like the whole world is looking at you, swearing at you, like pointing guns at you, ready to like take you out.
And the worst thing is that when you have to end up doing things like when you're trending on social media.
To get coffee now.
Or just no. Even apart from that, when you have to now speak when you're not even someone that speaks, like when you have to act out of character in order to save your character.
Yeah, ish.
You know, like it's just like, okay, how do I go about this? And I feel like you've never really had. I mean, I know our issue did happen a while ago. Yeah. Do you want to have a second season?
Yeah, we are planning it right now.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
You never said no, guys, to season 2. But like, it's justifiably.
If I knew season 1 was gonna go like that, I would have said no to that too.
But season 2, I'm planning it. So like I've launched channel memberships and I'm trying to fund it through memberships and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get the audience to like assist with the show. Once I have at least like maybe 40% to do the show, I'll put the other 60 then we can go.
And I think maybe with season 2, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there'll be a lot more. I think the one thing that people do not understand with season 1 is that half of what happened in the season was not planned.
Yeah.
Like that season was supposed to be roses and rainbows and licorice and candy. Like it was supposed to be
and
like
wine farms.
Yes, and wine farms, and this is how we live our life and everything. And then it just became something else, you know. And I know that I've been asked a lot of things, such as people have questioned how I'm still friends with you after that whole thing, which I don't know, to me sounded crazy because I was just like, but
what's communication? Like we saw everything.
Yeah, there was communication, but I guess we don't really need to speak much about that because it's it's something that happened a while ago. But I feel like you've never gotten the platform to sort of state your intentions with your brand in context to that reality show, and I think it's very important that you provided that platform if you wanted, of course. But I think as your friend, I would love to give you the platform to state your intentions with the direction of the show, so that when the second season comes out, it's not a matter of people now, because you're a producer and it's very difficult being the producer and being friends of the cast and also then having to be the cast, you know,
and being the person who connects the cast
and connects the cast exactly, because the cast doesn't know each other, and then also having to do the PR side of it. I mean, I think it's very important that you're able to then take the producer's seat and be like, this is my intention with this thing. You know, so like what really is moving forward now that you've decided to do a second season? One, why did you decide to do a second season?
So I wanted to do a second season because I loved the first season, like outside of the drama, like being at the actual house when it was all nice and fun.
It was so much
It was so
fun.
beautiful. It was so amazing. Like it's so amazing for creators to be together and do the same thing. The purpose of the first season was to have an extreme like collaboration with South African YouTubers. Like I feel like South African YouTubers have so much potential and we're stronger together. So for me, it's like, okay, cool, let's create a show which basically will amplify all of us equally. All put in our parts and play our part so the rest of the world can see us, so Africa can see us, so Europe can see us, so we can grow as creators. So season 2 is the same thing. I'm bringing creators that I think are doing amazing, but the crazy work ethic who have big dreams, and I want them to be put to the world. Like it's like basically a PR workshop.
Yeah, PR workshop kind of vibe. And so with the second season then, is your direction, because I'm gonna be honest, as somebody who watches reality TV, there's a difference between reality and, you know, like trying to create a platform like you're trying to create. Because in order for reality to be reality, there has to be drama. Because in life there is drama. Also, you're saying you're taking a backseat, you're not part of the cast?
So, no, I'm a part of the cast. I'm not going to be the producer, director. I'm not managing the cast, the crew at all. Like, I'm just going to be living my life as a YouTuber. But season 1 was not scripted at all. That's why there was so much row. Season 2 is scripted. But when I say scripted, I mean that this direction is structured. There's direction in each episode. Episode 1 of season 1 was amazing. Episode 2, 3, and 4 was just like long cinematic vlogs. So we want to have more structure, more dialogue, more conversations, and just like make it more inspiring and educational as well. Terrific YouTubers do.
And then would you say that you're prepared for the backlash that could come?
Let's rock.
Let's go.
Let's go. Like season 1, that was small stuff. Let's go. Like guys, I've got experience now. Talk about me. It's okay. I won't do anything. I'll just make more money. So
that's true, because no publicity is bad publicity. That's true. Okay, Jimmy, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see how it goes.
Me too.
I'm super excited to see how it goes.
You should be a part of it.
Darling. No, darling, there's a lot at stake now. I'm not just a YouTuber. I can't, no, darling.
To protect you.
No, darling. No, but honestly, I'm really excited. I mean, maybe I might come and just, you know, just see, like, you know, just be like, hi, bye, you know, but I'm really excited for you. I'm super proud of what you've done with my Lumi's mic. I'm super proud of what you've done with your YouTube channel, with your reality shows. You just keep doing the most, and honestly, you inspire me to be like, oh man, get it together. But you're doing really well, friend, and I really hope that this year is filled with prosperity. I hope all the things that you want to happen do happen, and I hope that your name is placed on all the world's maps, on all the world's screens, on all the world's, everybody's daughter must finish all over the world watching you. But I really wish you all the best, and thank you so much for joining me on The Nation's Perspective.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
This is huge.
Oh, thanks, friend. Mr. YouTube gave me the stamp. But anyway, guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, okay? I really do hope that you guys enjoyed having Tato Rampr here, alright? By the way, my name is Rapetsoa, and this is Tato Rampeti. We are not married, we are not in a relationship, we're not siblings, okay? But I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this, okay? Please do make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, okay? Subscribe to my channel, make sure that you check Tato out on his Instagram and on his YouTube at Tato Rampeti on all social media platforms, and on his TikTok.
Hey.